Back at it again, and the red wave is allegedly on the way. Can't get complacent though. Make sure you guys get out and do your part. All right. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you are not subscribed to the channel already, hit that subscribe button and join the family. All right. Join the family. And make sure you guys are following me on my social media accounts. All of those links are down below in the description box. Instagram, Twitter, Truth Social, all of that good stuff is down below. And with that being said, let's dive in.
Yeah, I drink. I'm not like, you drink? You must be an alcoholic then, because I quit drinking. Like, if you're comfortable in your choice, you don't need to attack people for having a different opinion.
Yeah. Or if someone does quit drinking and people say, what are you,
yeah.
You can't handle the booze?
Yeah, they're always...
You're not one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just let people make their choices, but I don't think with I don't know, it's like,
but it's
messing with children is not right.
It's wild how prevalent it is.
I know.
And it's wild how this logical perspective is shunned.
Yeah, not shunned, but silenced.
Yeah.
You'll get attacked. People are afraid to say this around their friend groups. It's another way to kind of signal that you're...
It's crazy that the same perspective is the silence perspective. Kind of weird how that works, right? The one who's sane and calm and collected and seemingly makes the most sense is the one that, shh, you better not say that. Don't you dare. We'll cancel you. Isn't that kind of weird? No, really weird. Oh man. And I try to tell people, man, pay close attention to the things and the people that they try to tell you not to speak about or they try to silence. Pay very close attention to those things, because those things or those people are often standing right over top of the truth or speaking the truth themselves, or that thing is something that they're lying about. That's why they don't want you to speak about it. Just saying.
Part of the high status in group is to be like, boys and girls aren't different.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, it's real strange. It's real strange to just openly accept.
I literally watched and I know I just paused it, but touching on what she just said, I watched a video of, I think it might have been a school board. I honestly don't know what it was. It was no, I think it was just like a speaking engagement at some type of college or something, actually. Now that I think about it. But one of the speakers said that men and women are different, and like half the crowd, which were like students, like just got up and left. Just because she said that. Like, nothing disrespectful. She didn't say, oh man, we hate this group, or this group is disgusting, or that. She just said men and women have differences. And like half the crowd just got up and walked out. Yeah, weird.
Accept all this stuff without any
if anyone's seen that clip, let me know.
Pushback.
I think there will be pushback, though. Again, I think we're seeing it in Europe, and they were like leaders of this kind of movement, and now it seems like they're coming to their senses a little bit and following science. I don't necessarily see that, although we might see it in the midterms. You know, like, again, people tend to voice their opinion on these things at the ballot when they don't have to voice their opinion.
And there are a lot of people that are afraid of talking about it, but they're not afraid of voting about it.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people that are afraid of the reprisal, they're afraid of getting attacked, and they'll silently, when they're amongst friends, going, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And those people, that's going to be responsible for the red wave. I think the red wave that's coming is going to be like the elevator doors opening up in The Shining.
I have no clue about that reference. You guys can let me know about it in the comment section, but I feel like it's some crazy something that came out of the elevator. But yeah, and it goes back to what the Orange Man once said, that kind of rings true today, that I feel like, and I've mentioned this before, but you guys remember he said the silent majority?
That's what I think. I think people are just like, what the fuck are you saying? They're making Republicans.
I don't know how they're doing it.
Facts.
I had a family member who's a boomer and a diehard liberal, and they told me when I was home this summer that they would vote for DeSantis, and I'm like, how did you lose this person?
DeSantis.
Yeah.
How did you lose this person? This
Greatest
is
governor in the land.
a like go to the ballot and vote blue no matter what, and you've lost even the boomers.
You've lost a lot of them that aren't talking about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. You know, you're seeing in New York City, Hochul, like debating that Republican candidate, that guy
Zeldin.
gained ground. Like they're worried about New York becoming Republican, which is wild.
I was reading last night, and
I think Hochul still has a lead, but it's definitely close. It's definitely close. And just the fact that it is even anywhere near, they're anywhere near each other should let you know something. You know, like, really? New York? We've checked out plenty of videos out of New York and heard them folks say some of the wildest and craziest things. You know, whenever there's a video and, you know, there's a street interview and the interviewer says, hey, we're in New York and we're talking about this, we pretty much already know what they're going to say. So to have Lee Zeldin even in Hochul's stratosphere, it's just absurd. Absolutely absurd. I mean, and then you could talk about Georgia with Kemp and Herschel, who's now up in the polls, and Kemp, he's not losing. You could talk about Arizona with Kerry Lake versus Katie, and we know the outcome of that situation. Oregon may elect their first Republican governor in like forever. I don't remember the exact number of years, and I'm not recalling the name. I want to say it's Drazen, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I believe it's Drazen is the name. Oh man, so many things to remember. What am I forgetting? Then you got, you know, Abbott, obviously, in Texas. You got DeSantis, that's an absolute blowout at this point. Absolute blowout. Just to think that people thought, I think his name was Christie, even had a shot was just, really? Really? Okay. Then you talk about Fetterman. I mean, like, you name it, and the fact that it's even close in some of these places, it's just absolutely absurd. It's absurd. But they did this to themselves.
an article about in Oregon, there's an independent woman running and then a Democrat and a Republican, and the Republican they think might win. Biden was in Oregon like stumping for the Democratic candidate because they're so worried Oregon's going to have a Republican governor the first time in 40 years.
40 years.
That's wild.
Oregon.
Well, it almost happened
I thought it was longer than that, but I guess it's 40 years.
in New York City, or in New Jersey, rather.
Oregon.
New Jersey got down to the wire, and New Jersey's another place
Yeah.
like that. It's always been Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I really think that all the polls and all that stuff, that's indicative of like the mindset of a lot of people that are willing to take polls.
Which is not that many
Not
people.
that many, but there's a lot of people silently that are like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And it's not just that, it's crime. Crime is a big one. The way they're handling crime, the way they're releasing people that are committing violent crimes and then putting them right back on the street. People are freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
The way they're handling the homeless situation.
Yep.
The way they're...
And Hochul really messed up her campaign when she said in the debate with Lee Zeldin, I don't know if you guys checked it out, but for all my New Yorkers, definitely check it out for sure. But she said there was something that was brought up about crime, and she said, I don't know why you guys care so much. Or something to that effect. Something similar to that line. I can't remember if that was exactly what she said, but it was something very, very similar to that. And I was just like, wait, what? Did you really just say that? Why do people care so much? Well, if you lose, you can bet that's one of the main reasons why. Because you don't have to deal with those issues, while other people, they have to deal with all of this crime. Sheesh.
You see, we looked at this video the other day of in Portland. They were showing discarded needles that they've collected from the streets. They had fucking barrels of them.
Yeah.
Barrels and barrels of these
Insane.
discarded needles.
We have
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's so quick.
And it's what's crazy too is there's just this like fundamental disdain for the tax-paying people.
Look at this. This is this guy. Look at this. Give me volume on this.
Whoa, that is fucking.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that video. They're like all chewed up, and the guy like puts his hand in the bucket or barrel of needles, and I'm like, oh, boy, don't put your hand in there, son. Don't put your hand in there. He like literally puts his hand in the shredded needles and like, and I'm just like, oh, you know, talk about the Mufasa thing, you know, and in Lion King when the hyenas say Mufasa, who I guess Whoopi Goldberg voiced the hyena, which I had no clue about, and it was quite ironic that we were talking about The View and it was Whoopi Goldberg. I had no clue. Honestly, I legit did not know, because I know several of you guys were mentioning that in the comment section of that video. Like, did you know that Whoopi was actually one of the hyenas in there? I was like, no, had no clue. But anyway, talk about when they say Mufasa and they all start shivering. I start shivering when he was like rubbing his hands through the, you know. I would never, ever go anywhere near anything like that, you know? I mean, just, you don't know who used those needles.
Insane.
I don't care if they've been washed.
Look at this.
How many is that?
Who fucking know? A demonstration of how many used needles picked up off the streets.
Probably 100 pounds.
How
Watch.
like
He
what?
puts his
what
hand
is
in it.
Why is he putting his hand
Well,
in
they're all
there?
destroyed. They destroy them.
Still.
Those are all destroyed needles that they found in Portland.
That whole bag, used rigs.
How over the course of how long? Like a year?
No, they're not keeping them.
I want to know how long this was.
I don't know, but look at how many.
Oh
of them
my
there are.
God,
It's insane.
yeah.
And that's them cleaning it
Oregon.
up. Yeah.
This is why they might have
Yeah.
a Republican governor.
Yeah.
I mean, but like I was saying, the disdain they have for the tax-paying, just like hardworking person, where it feels like they will prioritize the criminal before they prioritize the people who just want safe parks for their kids and are paying taxes. I don't understand that.
How did that narrative even begin to get established? That's what's so confusing to me. And you know, the big conspiracy theory is George Soros is trying to destroy America, and he's funding these left-wing politicians and progressive, district attorneys, and and then he'll fund an even more progressive one to run against them.
Why is he trying to destroy America?
I think he thinks it's fun.
Oh.
I think that's his hobby. I don't know. That's the conspiracy
That's
theory.
a conspiracy?
But
Is
he
that he's
spent
just like-
billions of dollars on campaigns. I
So
mean,
you think this is how it's just like been institutionalized and been...
Part of the reason why it's been institutionalized to a degree is because they've silenced those who speak out against it. It's easy to push your narrative when the people who are against it can't speak freely. I'm just saying.
well, if you wanted to do it,
Yeah.
that's how you would do it. You would fund
Like
someone
DAs
who,
and, yeah.
fund district attorneys,
Yep.
fund politicians that are like super progressive and want to let criminals out and want to, institute laws that don't keep people safe.
Yeah.
That's how you would destroy cities. If you really wanted to do it, that's how you would do it.
I mean, talk about the Joker letting prisoners free.
Yeah.
It's all projection.
Yeah. Do you remember when that happened? When that movie came out? I remember I went to see it with my wife, and we were in the movie theater, and we were watching the Joker, and she was like, "This seems a little too close to
It's
what's
a little
possible."
on the nose, yeah.
It's a little too on the nose. I mean, that was the best version of the Joker ever.
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 That
Because
movie's amazing.
it's fucking good. And
Yeah.
they're doing a Joker 2 right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is like, where are they going to
Maybe I need to go see that movie then. Y'all think it's worth checking out? I mean, obviously Joe Rogan thought it was good. Let me know.
predict the future even further? Because you got to remember the Joker 1 came out before the pandemic, and everything accelerated during the pandemic.
Remember, they were like, there are going to be shootings
Yeah.
because of this movie. There are going to be shootings in the movie theaters, and they came out and nothing happened, and they
But
were
it
like,
did
oh,
sort of project this feeling that a lot of people that are disenfranchised had.
Yeah.
That the real problem is the rich people and the powerful, and we just need to fucking anarchy and take over and shoot everybody.
Yeah.
And you saw that during the BLM protests. Like, some people were sort of embracing that.
But it's weird. They didn't necessarily go after like the people in power and the rich people. A lot of the destruction happened to like very small businesses.
Their
And
own
in the
neighborhoods.
pandemic, one of the things that broke me is the largest transfer of wealth upwardly occurred during the pandemic. And
Yeah.
you saw the destruction of small business. My friend Carol Roth is brilliant on this and wrote a book, The War on Small Business, all about this. And it is maddening what happened during the pandemic to small businesses in particular.
And I think one of you even mentioned it in the comment section a while back in another video, but I forgot the exact subject. But somehow destroying small businesses and, corporate businesses came into the conversation a little bit. I forgot how it came about, but I want to say that I was asking why would, and I think this was towards the beginning of this journey, while I was still really, I'm still learning, but I was like, breath still smelled like Similac kind of new. I was kind of asking, why are big corporations funding this kind of stuff? And one of you had mentioned that for big corporations, it's actually a positive, because yeah, they could destroy that small little corner store that big corporation has, right? But they're also destroying all of the mom and pop shops around it that are competing with it. See, that big corporation, they can easily afford to just build another building, like no problem. That mom and pop shop, they might not necessarily have the funds to do so. So it's advantageous for the big corporations. You destroy all the mom and pop shops, you put your, hey, come here and get everything kind of store there in its place. Guess where everyone's going to go? Because you had the funds to immediately rebuild your shop back, while this mom and pop, they over there struggling. And in the meantime, between time, you rolling in the dough. Of course, this administration sent out all of them checks. Instead of people being smart, investing it, because, hard times could be around the corner, everybody went out and spent it. Well, guess who they're spending it with? These big corporations. Rake it on in. And now, obviously, you see a slow decaying of the middle class and the separation. So right before all of this, you had an elevation of the upper class, right? The elites, through all of this money and funding and destroying of the mom and pops. And now you have an intentional destroying of the middle class, which further separates, I don't know. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. I don't see myself as that. I feel like I'm just calling it how it is. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. I feel like there's an intentional separation happening right now. They don't want a middle class. They want the poor and the elite. What do y'all think? Talk to me in the comment section below. But I do believe this red wave is going to be one to be remembered. I think this one is going to surprise a lot of folks, even with us all talking about it. Now, obviously, I could always be wrong, right? I'm no genie, you know what I mean? I can't see the future. I'm just going by, what's put out in front of me and what I can see. So, I think it's going to be one to be remembered. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. All right? Peace and love. I'm out.